Interesting Philly. We talk about how young they are. They got 5 of their most veteran players on the ice for the first shift of the series.
Including the captain's line, Sean Couturier. Face-off controlled by the Canes to Shane Gostisbehere, who's normally paired up with Alexander Nikishin. Again, out with that concussion. Riley, a shot, score! Fast start, Carolina in game 1. Logan Stankoven on the redirect.
Hall, Blake, they win the face-off and then cycle the puck down low. This is where Carolina blends teams in. They get on the puck, they forecheck, they retrieve it back. It's the long point shot. Mike, you were saying Mike Riley in the lineup. Riley delivers this quickly.
It's sort of easy to prepare for and know what to expect. Ray, we were talking about a pregame, but boy, is it hard to execute.
You can say, oh, you got to make a pass. Oh, you've got to have your head on a swivel. All those things are true.
And Jackson Blake, a line that, as you said, dominated the Senators in that sweep.
And they've got 8 of the 12 Carolina goals in the playoffs right now. What a start for the Canes.
Jalen Chatfield drifts in with a shot. Vladar fought it off, bounces down for Travis Konechny, banked it to the line, not out. Jacob Slavin had it blocked. And Jackson Blake, at age 22, with 22 goals. Gostisbehere shot blocked away by Vladar, and then catapulted out of the zone by Travis Konechny. Aho out wide. Sean Walker drifts in with a shot up high on Vladar. Walker got his own rebound, worked it net front, collected there by Noah Juleson. Here's Barkey. He was thwarted along the wall, skated out through center, and flung in at Vladar.
Well, when I first saw this arena, it's like, where's the rest of the locker room? Like you literally sit in 2 different rooms as a visitor.
Jackson Blake with speed, motoring in, scores! Shot out of a cannon!
To acknowledge the skill of Blake and Stankoven. We already saw it from Stankoven. What a dash through the middle of the ice. He gets to the inside of Sanheim as he goes between Michkov and Sanheim. Onto one game or one period and say, oh, that's the way the rest of the series is going to play. But clearly, Philly does not like this start.
Shane Gostisbehere had it gloved by Vladar, and the Flyers get a much-needed kill here.
That was really important. They certainly don't want to go down 3.
Taylor Hall speeding in, shot wide from Stankoven as this line continues to work. Aho took it away, knocked it down from Dan Vladar after it had caromed past Drysdale toward the net. That one nearly went past Dan Vladar. Puck around into the corner. Eric Robinson fighting for it against Barkey. Jankowski will flip it out, killing off these last few seconds. Martinook out of the box. No shots on goal. The Flyers, you see, have 1 shot so far in this game at 16:40 until now, and a big stop on Couturier.
We're not putting enough forecheck on him, so we expect it to be a long series. We got to make it harder on them for sure from the start.
All the best, Sean. Thank you.
Ray Stankoven bursting in, and Vladar makes a stop. Gostisbehere with a head fake on Couturier. Well defended. Tapped it ahead for Garnet Hathaway. Hathaway a shot. Save. Rebound was there for Glendening.
When they added Luke Glendening, that 4th line has really given Rick Tocchet some great minutes.
You would ask Couturier about that line scoring more. Jordan Martinook tried to center. He had it knocked down by Noah Juleson, but collected by Svechnikov. Chipped it through. Svechnikov got it back, and a big save by Vladar.
At his average, he's probably 3 or 4 goals in the series. Nice little kickback from Martinook. Man, Vladar had to squeeze that right arm up against the way. That's one of those new additions for Carolina from years past. It's a darting forward, someone that can score off the rush in Ehlers.
Chatfield toward the net looking for a tip, and sent wide by Stahl. A net front pass was grabbed by the Flyers. Ehlers flung it off the pads of Vladar, who covers. Seth Jarvis shorthanded, slams on the brakes. Jarvis center with fresh legs joining. Jankowski a shot. Save made. Vladar spit it right back out. Grabbed by Slavin. Drop off Svechnikov. Seam save. Vladar on Stankoven. Blake banked it back on the turn. Weaving through. Svechnikov taps the brakes. Slavin was headed off. Riley moving in. Now it's Blake on the turn. Blake feeds it for Stankoven. Stankoven, a shot whistled wide. Juleson was on it. Stankoven fights. Hall settles in the corner with a swerve. Centered it off toward Blake. Hall settles it down again. Hall out high. Wrister tip bouncing in on Vladar. Ehlers pulls up. Works it back to the line for Keandre Miller. Ehlers moves in. Shot. Vladar hangs onto it. Hall fed it off for Ehlers. Miller gets it out high. Pressured by Couturier. Ehlers shot. Save Vladar. Stankoven chipped it along. Out of the box. Here is Hathaway on a breakaway. Hathaway had it poked away on the desperation play by Miller.
What a great recovery from Miller.
He tosses in. Anderson lifts it up the glass. Karam's down, and Anderson made the stop on the quick shot from Noah Cates.
Well, Cates gets that one on the net. Two of the best Flyer chances this period. Martone and Hathaway, they don't even get a shot on net.
Flyers back on it. They work it through center. Couturier gets the legs moving in over the line. Couturier right on net at Anderson with traffic crashing. Juleson back on it. Pressured by Jarvis. Juleson tried to escape, turned it over. Jarvis, Stankoven scores! Who in the world is hotter than Stankoven?
Vladar puts his hand up as he's letting Juleson know he's got pressure coming. Bad place to turn it over because now all your forwards watch. The forwards are exiting the zone. This puck hits Svechnikov's foot. He's got 6 goals in the playoffs. It's 3-0 Carolina.
And look at Stankoven darting right back in and forcing Vladar to make. Was still out there. That was Dvorak. Centering feed and a save made by Anderson on the cutting Sanheim. Just rammed over Travis Sanheim.
That one hurt Sanheim a bit. That'll stun you.
Darting through Ehlers, shoveled. Svechnikov kicked out by Vladar, who's trying to deal with the cut in front. One-timer, Vladar darting to his right. At the outset of this third. Dominant effort from the Canes. Ehlers slung it across out of the reach of Aho. Couturier motors back. Couturier short-handed. Stopped by Anderson. Back across, Couturier could not connect with Glendening.
Ehlers' pass bounces off the boards. I thought Gostisbehere was easily going to be able to cut off Couturier. He showed good legs there. Couturier, we mentioned from the Olympic break on, has had a really good, impactful. That seems impossible.
Golly. Gostisbehere toward the net with Ehlers parked in front with 14 seconds remaining. Back to 5-a-side. Hall pulls up. Hall dropped it back. Blake swerves in. And a back check from Dvorak as Vladar kicked it out with a right pad.
There is a coach that more embodies their team's style more than Brind'Amour.
Off the faceoff, Anderson gloves on Forster. Zegras and Blake, apparent misconducts, as Ray said. They've left the ice with these 8 minutes to go. 20 seconds gone by. Jarvis sets up Gostisbehere on the reload. Turned aside by Vladar on Sebastian Aho. Konechny comes out of the box. Konechny has it on his stick with a shot. Anderson stops it and covers up. Right point, Ristolainen. Past Michkov, in behind. Michkov from Couturier. Michkov, Ristolainen, fought off by Anderson. Drysdale for Martone. Drifting down, back up. Drysdale. Cross ice. Forster banks. Konechny taps. Borky on net with Cates parked in front. Martone to it. Down low. Konechny couldn't receive it. Barkey tangles with Walker. Cates jabs at it. Anderson flicked it off with the glove. Crowd here in Raleigh sure wanted that goalie goal bid from Freddie Anderson. Chatfield got checked in the corner, centering feed off Slavin, redirected on it. Anderson, who made the stop. Puck was still loose, then swept out of there to safety by Robinson. Ristolainen along the line. Here's a drive that is blocked. Final 5 seconds tick off in game 1 in the second round. And the Canes blank the Flyers 3-0.